So I'm just starting the streams up again over on everywhere. Thank you. I am back. Yeah. So all the other technical stuff is actually fine to do with this, but OBS is crashing. Download more CPU cores. Just off the internet. It's going to be absolutely fine. All right, we'll just open up the game again. I mean, at least I can get up and running again quick enough, but it's just a pain, isn't it? It's just something that I don't want to have to do all the time. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so now 2009 is the one that we want, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so we've just served a very red-looking drink. Rhea Frost Grip. Nice to meet. Yeah. Skip. Just serve me something strong. Something that feels durable, tough like a mountain or the caves of Ur. One of those frosted lagoons looks close enough. Coming right up. I don't think we've made a frosted lagoon yet. So a frosted lagoon is all about protecting you from physical and spiritual harm and keeps you cool on a hot summer day. Anyone in New South Wales would probably love a frosted lagoon right now. Okay. Put enough in so it goes all the way to the end. Then we want a little bit of strength. Is that enough? I think that's enough. And then we want a little bit of charisma. Beautiful. One frosted lagoon. Got a massive wet lagoon. I don't think that's one of my cocktails though. A taste of Ure, just for you. Valued customer number 2. It looks very cool. I wasn't trying to pun. Oh, are you hitting the placeholder text? Let me try. I see many things, but not a liar. Tastes like a pile of rocks. Just how I like it. So, Kyle, what about that ooze-filled story? Fine, guess you've earned it. All right, picture me deep in the mountains of Dolvema with my trusty axe and a good drink by me side. There I was, minding me own business, digging for the good stuff, you know. Hit a gold vein earlier and deemed myself the luckiest dwarf of all time. Had a real big old pile of gold. Then suddenly this big ooze comes along and slurp. Gone it was. Silence. This is a very boring story. Perhaps we could go looking for my cape now? It's nearly sunrise. And? The sun kills you? Oh, right. Did the ooze also eat the cape? Yes. No. Oh. Anyways, I wouldn't call myself the best warrior, but when that ooze slurped me gold, I had to do something. So I took me shovel and dug and hit and dug and hit until there was nothing left of the ooze anymore. Well, almost nothing. So did you dig out your gold? Silly food. She dug out me. And guess what he was clinging on to? The gold? Oh yes, a big gold nugget. Should be enough to get me to Baruvia. And perhaps it can even get me a dandy new cape. I don't think so, Sunshine. We had a deal. Redface. We did? Please allow me to ask a question. What was that deal again? I get you to Baruvia so you can participate in your fancy vampire banquet, and in return, I get the gold. But what about my cape? Where did you last see your cape? Don't even bother. It's a lost cause. We looked everywhere on our way here. Fought cursed chests, many-eyed monstrosities, undead goons. And I started to wonder, where in his life did this man put his cape? Where everyone puts their cape. Do you know where I put me capes? Where? In a wardrobe, eh? Oh. So you can wear it inside the wardrobe land? What? Kyle, maybe we could find someone to retrieve your cape for you. We could? Phenomenal. I could put out a quest for you, but for that we'd need a little more information. Good luck with that. First, I'd need to know where you last saw your cape. I was getting ready to go to the annual vampire banquet hosted by Lord Strut in Baruvia. While getting dressed, I realized I couldn't find my cape. My first thought, of course I cannot find it. The cape of invisibility is playing tricks on me. It's quite moody sometimes. I'm back. I'm back now. Which is truly unfortunate when you want to wear it for an important event. We all know how important a fancy cape is for flaunting your vampire status. Of course. Then, what was the last vampire event you wore the cape to? My wedding! Your wedding? When I married my sweet Evelyn, I simply had to wear my most treasured cape to show how important she was to me. Evelyn. Evelyn! What would Duck say? The vampiric Countess Evelyn, residing in Marrow Castle? That would be her. Congratulations. Are you still married? Oh, of course not. I hate her. Every inch of her body. Turns out she just wanted... Spit it out, Leech. Oh. What? My cape? Oh, rats. Here we go again. My sweet Evelyn stole my cape. What now? That little mean, vicious, beautiful beast. Her. That thief of thieves robbed me of my most precious possession. Wouldn't that be your heart? No, I had that taken out centuries ago. But my cape, I could never live without that. Oh, sweet, sweet Evelyn, how could you do this to me? I trusted her with all I had. That's rough, buddy. Perhaps Innkeeper, that's your name, right? Sure. Do you think there's a courageous adventurer out there brave enough to retrieve my precious cape for me? We did! I'm afraid that my sweetest Evelyn will kill me on sight if I ever set foot in her villa again. Yes, I think we can find such an adventurer. We're setting up that search right now. So where could a brave adventurer find Marrow Castle? Deep past the abyss of dread, at the foot of a mountain range that looks like a witch's bosom, towers the mansion of my dear Evelyn. The Queen of Darkness, temptress of men, flamenco champion of 1467. The right hero should be able to outsmart her and escape with their life. But be wary, she bites. And she may be invisible now. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. I'll write up a quest for you. I'm sure you'll have your cape back in no time. I hope so. That reminds me. Not another cursed monologue. Innkeep, quickly! Another drink. I don't think I can make it through another tale of woe without some artificial stamina. I need another lagoon. I'll see what I can do. I need a lagoon. Stat. The blasted beautiful bitch of a beast. Catchy. Okay, a little frosted lagoon. A pinch, well, a good measure of defense. I never see anybody actually paying me for these drinks. I feel like these are all on the house. I can't pour it now. Why won't you pour? Tip it! A little bit of fire. A little bit of charisma. One frosted lagoon. Lovely. I don't know, how am I supposed to survive? It makes no sense. Some liquid stamina for a valued guest. Let me try. You got it right again. I might even last till dayfall with this. Kyle, would you like another drink as well? No, I can't drink now that I'm consumed with thoughts of my love's betrayal. Oh, it ails me so. Everything ails you. The whole way here you were complaining about having to walk. My bat form doesn't work like it used to. I'm out of practice and the slime weighs heavily on my shoulders. And my back is all itchy. By the dragons, could it be because you insisted on sunbathing? Oh, alright. Innkeeper, do you have a drink to protect me from the sun? Perchance something that would also moisturize my delicate skin? No, I'm afraid not. Oh. That reminds me. My Aunt Mathilda used to harness the power of a chimera's saliva for sun protection. Chimera? A thing, a beast, made out of several animals. Got 3 heads and all, made by the dragons to guard Gaia. Likes to eat people for breakfast. I'm aware. I just didn't know its saliva could be so useful. Oh, yeah, I'm really worried about Fable. I just don't know how that's going to turn out. Oh, if only I hadn't eaten that delectable bear chimera in the Scarlet Caves. I could have asked it for a sample of its saliva. I'm sure that would have gone over well. Actually, I might know where to find one. Really? Will you get it for me then? No. Oh. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Ms. Frostgrip, dearest Rhea, perhaps we can alter our deal. Oh, nay, forget it. I ain't going. With nothing on me but a shovel and ooze goop, I'd be no match for such a beast. No problem. I can make another quest for my trusted board. And when will it be done? Tell me, when can I walk among mortals in the glistening sunlight once more? As soon as a fearless adventurer picks it up and succeeds, especially that part. Splendid! Did you hear that? A quest just for me. Let's leave it at 2. Say, Innkeep, while we wait for someone to do his work for him, do you perhaps have a room or 2? Possibly a room without sunlight. Wouldn't want Snow White to go up in flames over here. Sure thing. I've got a couple of barred up rooms. You can stay there. How much? You can pay when you leave. Still, you'd want to know how much though, right? Seems like they gave you more personality than usual. Keep it up. Maybe you'll become a real girl one day. How very dare. Enjoy your stay. You too, tasty creature. So much sass from these people. How do you put up with it every day? So we have a new quest to put together. What do we have here? This one needs to be about the chimera. So how do you say it? Now, or the cape. A quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused, wanted to go for a stroll in the sun. Those are night quests, are they? Is that what that means? The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is chimera saliva, apparently. A wyvern chimera resides in the quag mangrove. Adventurers beware. You might be on its menu. So we have 3 pieces to put together here. These are all of the rumors that I've currently got. So should we try the cape thing? Quirky vampire is looking for his cape. He seems a bit confused. The vampire last saw his cape on his wedding day before he was wed to Countess Evelyn. Then at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak resides Countess Evelyn, the vampiric temptress of men. Will that work? We should make a quest. It's called Hey There, Evelyn. On a mild summer morning, a senile vampire came to look for his cape of invisibility at the Wayfarer's Inn. After steady questioning, the innkeeper uncovered that he lost his cape at his wedding, where his ex-wife, Countess Evelyn, stole it from him. She resides at the foot of the Witch's Wrath Peak. Venture to the peak and dare to retrieve the long-lost cape. But be aware, she might be invisible. That's quite a pickle. Now, what else do we have here? Let's go for a wyvern chimera resides in the quag mangrove. According to the Amaranthine Hydra, a chimera's hatred for mice is a universal truth. Or maybe it just rhymed with ice. Who can say? The one thing that stands a chance against the grueling curse of the sun is chimera saliva. They seem like random facts, don't they? That would be nice if you could flick through Tic Tac while being digested. Yeah, I agree. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. Its scales and claws are a valuable treasure to any alchemist. Its saliva even more so. As it happens, a certain vampire may be able to use the rare saliva to produce a sunscreen so effective that even he could walk in broad daylight. Is there any adventurer or mouse brave enough to confront the beast? the chimera, not the vampire, and bring back a bucket of saliva. Ooh, that's kind of gross, isn't it? That's a little gross. Oh, it's our nighttime routine. Treat time, sweep the floor, lights out. I love that. There's a real coziness to that little end of the day routine. Act 1, The Wayfarer's Inn. 3, New friends and former enemies. Ooh. Very eventful days. Just a bit of digestive juice. Yeah, it's lovely. Ooh. My shipment of infusions finally arrived this morning. I now have access to some fey crystals and frozen pine cones. Together with Fable's Phoenix Chilice, I have 3 infusions. I'll unpack them later when I have time. New potions, new drinks. I love this tavern. Fable's back! They're back! And Lynn's here at the same time. Lynn's the one that told us about the werewolf. Listen, I can fix this. Just let me pick up some chamomile tincture from my treehouse. Chamomile is proven to be great for healing wounds. You've done enough, little pal. I'll be good from here, thanks. Fable, Lynn, back so soon? Innkeep? Say, did you send this blighter after me? I told you she has nothing to do with any of this. It's my fault. My fault alone. So let me at least fix you up. You better keep your clumsy hands off me. Now, how about we calm our spirits a bit and you tell me what happened? A misunderstanding, I suppose. Yes, the elf thought I was an Uncle Dragon lookalike. The uncle that looks like a werewolf? Yes. No, it's a bit more complicated. Doesn't matter. What matters is the elf mistook me for a werewolf. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Maybe. But not on purpose, I promise. It's just me and my bad luck. See, it happened again. Nothing ever goes right. Don't say that, Fable. Tell me what happened. We can start from the beginning, alright? Right, so you sent me out to look for the werewolf in Tregaron. I felt agile and ready, braver than I've ever felt before. The quest that I gave you, Innkeep. I recall, Lynn. Good. I have my shortcuts and trails that allow me to travel rather swiftly through the Ashen Grove. And by early dusk, I reach the borders of Tregaron. The Ashen Grove thins out around there. You can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see a farm or two. Truly idyllic, especially during sunset. There's one downside to that idyllic sunset, though. Ugh. It gets dark. Of course it does. And every tall, looming person in the dark is automatically a werewolf, huh? No, but every tall, looming person hunting down a farmer's sheep is. No, I didn't do that. Yes, you did. And the quest stated that was exactly what the werewolf would be doing. In my defense, I'm broke. We've all been there. So, Lynn was busy hunting sheep, and in the shadows of dusk you thought she must be the werewolf. Exactly so. And then you needed not 1, but 3 arrows. Well, the arrows are still there. I'm swift with the bow. I figured. And I was preparing to fight, not bargain. So I shoot. Trigger happy. I can't get myself to aim right for the heart, so I aim for the shoulder. And suddenly the werewolf starts cursing and cussing. Words I've never heard before. Like a sailor. Or how I'd imagine a sailor would swear. I've never actually met one. You're telling me you never heard of blibbity bloop before? Hey, what's going on, blibbity bloop? Why is it censored? Youth protection. The age rating system is quite harsh. Oh. Anyways, I was watching my prey through the bushes and suddenly I felt a piercing pain in my shoulder. Not once, but twice. No, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Of course I cussed and swore. That blibbity blip hurt. Never been so happy to have missed. So I turned around and I got ready to lunge at the rascal who dared to aim at me. And an orange gleaming eye stared at me through the shadows. Right into my soul. I thought, that's it. It's over. I heard the bells of death ringing in my ears. I was done for, and I hadn't even set foot out of the Ashen Grove. I stumbled backwards, tripped over a branch and crashed into a tree. Nah, that weren't the passing bells, Elfie. Actual bells from the chapel in town. My name's Fable. Right. So they crashed into a tree, and the rustling of leaves, cracking of branches, and high-pitched yelp. I didn't yelp. Yes, you did. It caught the attention of the actual culprit. He must have been on his way to tear apart yet another sheep. Or perhaps the farmer's heart this time, after our wrestling caught his attention. I heard the growling, such a deep, guttural growl, it made my blood curdle. I swear I saw my life flash before my eyes. It sounded more like an empty stomach to me. A big empty stomach, then. Either way, bad. Very bad. A howl rang through the air when he emerged from the bushes. Tall and towering, glowing red eyes and fangs as big as my hand. Probably around 8 feet high. 6 feet max. 8. Seeing that tall creature sent shivers down my spine. You said that already. No, I didn't. Seeing that tall creature sent shivers down my spine. And I was frozen. I was sure the Mari Morgan incident would repeat itself. I'd stand there and watch everything as it happened, unable to move. He looked around and sniffed the air, and his eyes locked with mine. But then I remembered what you told me. Werewolves love playing fetch. So I swiftly pushed away from the tree and picked a stick up from the ground. The werewolf noticed my movement. But before it could lunge at me, I threw the stick into the bushes as far away from me as possible. I wanted to buy myself some time to adjust my bow. But the stick somehow also influenced Carolyn, and both of them hurtled towards the bushes. And that's not all. While I couldn't help but run after that stick, I noticed something odd on the werewolf. Flannel rags. So I forgot about the stick and grabbed him by the throat, slamming him against the tree. He wiggled and twisted like a worm, growling and barking right in my face. I stared him right in the eyes as I heard the elf approach from behind. They knocked an arrow on the bow. Don't, Carolyn said, and I lowered my bow hesitantly while she studied the werewolf's face. She growled like she always does. Uncle Dragon, she exclaimed, and I flinched. That Uncle Dragon? Yeah, my darned uncle was in full werewolf transformation in front of me right there, acting like the biggest, wildest rascal in the whole world. I was joking when I told you that story, Innkeep. I wouldn't have thought the werewolf was actually my uncle. But this is exactly why I don't do cases involving lycanthropy. So how did you deal with him? Confronted him, of course. Knocked some sense into him, you know? We tied him to a tree so he wouldn't get any ideas before transforming back. I knew learning all those sailor knots was good for something. It's good for a lot more than that. I mean, either way. The truth was only half as exciting as figuring it out was. Apparently he contracted lycanthropy at the annual family gathering. And since he grew short-tempered, he and his husband got into a lot of fights. So he ran away. I can understand that all too well. And of course I can't kill Carolyn's uncle just because he's a werewolf. So you let him go? The elf knows a swamp witch that might have worked out a cure. Dropped him off there. No more tearing apart sheep, for now. So all in all, you'd say the quest was a success, with a few obstacles attached, and someone getting hurt. Listen, the arrows themselves ain't the problem. The coat, though, that was expensive. I'm sorry, really. Don't worry about it. After all, we got rid of the lichen. For now. Elfie even got your keepsake. It's nothing really. It's not even that interesting. I thought it would be a nice reminder of my first successful quest. I like trinkets. What is it? Come on, quit being shy. Well, we played fetch with the stick afterwards, and I thought I could bring it here. I love sticks. After Carolyn brought it back to me, had to finish playing fetch after all. A nice memory of sorts, you know. It is a nice memory. I love collecting sticks. I do. Thank you, Fable. I know just where to put it. Right, anyways. How about a drink to celebrate? On me. I told Carolyn you have a hand for mixing just the right thing for any situation. Absolutely. For the both of you. I'll pass. I'm going to run home quickly to get the chamomile tincture. See you later. Just for you, then. So Innkeep surprised me with something that fits my brawn. Ooh. By which I mean, make me the usual. Strength never gets old. A nice strong potion. So we want the Southern Brawler would be the way to go.